Okay, let's go. If you're constantly trying to manifest a better life, more money, dream relationship, a wealthy lifestyle, but in the end of the day, you look around and you're still at the exact same place, this video is for you. And I know how that feels because I was exactly where you are right now. I was making vision boards, repeating affirmations, doing meditations, and nothing would work. I would look at certain girls on Instagram and always think, why the hell it is so easy for her and so hard for me? It took me 5 years of struggling to understand what I'm gonna tell you right now in this 10 minutes video. So let me save you this priceless years. Today, I'm giving you my personal 3-step system. I call it SD card theory. So there's no magic, no manifestation, just the exact rules of how your brain actually works and how to program it to get you exactly what you want and become that lucky girl. But before we start, please make sure to subscribe on my channel and send this video to a friend that might find this helpful as well. Your engagement is crazy important for me because this is exactly how YouTube pushes this video into recommendations. And that means even more people who needs to hear this today would be able to see the video and improve their lives. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, step 1 is understanding where everything starts. I mean it, your money, your relationship, your health, all of this starts with a single thought. And people love to repeat this cliche phrase that all thoughts are materialistic. And honestly, I disagree because every thought itself, it means nothing. But the reality that this thought creates, this is material. So what I mean by that, let's say for example, you just sitting on the couch and dreaming about luxury life. This is not magic. But what is more important is that your thoughts, they create the lens that you look through. They basically dictate your focus. Focus dictates your decisions, and your decisions physically build your reality. That's why I want you to imagine your brain as an SD card. I know that might sound funny, but this is how I imagine it in my head. My brain, your brain, any brain has a specific capacity. It has a strict limit and it's not infinite. Right now, put this video on a pause and just think about it. What are you putting onto that SD card? Let me guess, most of the time, it's not even your own thoughts. It's garbage from the outside. Fears, different insecurities, anxiety about what other people will think, and etc, etc. And now imagine if every single thought that you can think was a paid subscription. Would you actually pay money and sit there to think how miserable you are? Of course not. But right now you are paying for it with your own energy. So when you fill your SD card with a lot of garbage, there's physically no space for anything good. And that means when a multi-million-dollar idea or successful man or a life-changing opportunity actually walks into your life, you literally cannot see it. Your brain is like, sorry, memory is full. You really have to understand that luck is not random. Stop consuming trash and start filtering your thoughts aggressively. If you want to seem like one of those unbothered girls who solves problem effortlessly, it's not because they have fewer problems. It's because they don't waste their gigabytes on trash. They protect their mental space, and you should do the same. And one of the ways to actually clear that SD card is just to stop caring about other people's opinion, because that eats up so much of your energy. If you haven't watched my last video about it, I'm 100% sure it's gonna help you lots. It's gonna appear somewhere here. I'm also gonna leave a link in the description. Make sure to watch it right after this video. But here is the catch. Clearing your SD card is only the beginning. Once you do this, something terrifying is going to happen. And 99% of the girls give up right there. Let me explain what universe does next in step number 2. As I said, here's where you are probably getting stuck. Okay, so you clear your head, you start thinking about what you actually want, and you set your goals. Like, I want to be wealthy, beautiful, healthy relationships, I want a better job. So basically a completely different lifestyle. And this is where the magic starts happening, because everything falls apart. You lose your job, you meet another toxic guy, a crisis happens. And you probably sit there and thinking, oh my God, manifestation doesn't work, all of this is a crap, I'm unlucky, and etc, etc, etc. And this is the biggest mistake you can make. Let me please explain you why. Listen to me very carefully here. The universe doesn't hand you a new life that you wish for, because when you ask for an upgrade, the universe sends you, I would call it a software update. And this software update weight feels like a problem, like a crisis, like tons of obstacles that you have to pass through and handle them somehow. But you asked for a dream life. This version of you that exists right now cannot handle this life that you wish for. If I will give you right now a multi-billion-dollar business, you would have a panic attack. If I will give you a healthy, wealthy, successful partner, secure relationship that you wish for, your toxic traits would ruin it. So the universe, or whatever you guys want to call it, sends you the problems to force you to change and level up. It sends you that toxic ex, so you finally set your borders and say no. It gets you fired, so you finally start this business that you were so scared to start. And these are not the problems. These are the tests you have to pass to become the version of yourself that can actually hold the life you asked for. Oh my God, isn't this thought beautiful? Let me know down below in the comments if you guys understand what I'm talking about, or maybe I'm just crazy. So now when you know that these problems are actually tests, how are you supposed to pass them? Because if you react to them the wrong way, you will stay stuck forever. And I'm sure you don't want to do that. This brings us to the most important rule. As I said before, step 3 is how you react to it. Let's say your life was always sunny and rainbows. If you never had a single problem, any crisis, nothing, I think you would be flat. You would be the exact same person at 40 and when you were at 20. There would be no dynamic, no character evolution. And that's the truth, that problems only come to people who have the capacity to solve them. You need to look at every single crisis and see it as an opportunity instead of the end of the world. Once again, stop seeing this as a punishment and start seeing it as an opportunity, because the problem is not happening to you. It happens for you. The world loves me. Everything and everyone is always on my side. This happens not because it wants me to fail, but because it's trying to push me to the next level. Do you see this mindset shift, what I'm talking about? Please also don't forget that every belief in this world is valid. And that means if you want to prove that you're a loser and that life is unfair, trust me, your brain will find that proof. If you want to prove that you're the luckiest girl in the world and everything goes exactly how you want it, this is the best version of your life, and that every crisis is just a stepping stone to your success, your brain will find that too. What I'm trying to say here is that both of these realities take the exact same amount of energy. It takes the exact same amount of effort to be miserable as it does to be powerful. So why would you choose a garbage? Format your SD card and be grateful for every obstacle on your way, because this is the sign that you are doing the right thing and you're closer to your dream life. Let this video be a starting point for you. Write down below in the comments what would you apply in your life starting today to let the upgrade happen. And I will see you in the next video.